What's up, guys? It's Taylor and I am back with another video. You already know the deal if you read the title. Today I am recapping episode 2 of the challenge Double Agents on MTV. Now this episode was pretty jam-packed. I think everything that happened this week kinda, I don't want to say will set the tone, but I think we have a great idea of where this season of the challenge is going. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So the episode starts off where episode 1 left off. You know, we have Natalie, who just won the elimination against Ashley. So TJ, if you remember, gave her the option. She can either stay with Wes and keep Wes as her partner. She can take on CT since Ashley is not eliminated, or she could take anybody else's partner as long as it's not Fesi, because him and Anissa were the double agents. So she can take anybody else's partners but Anissa. So pretty much as anybody suspected, Natalie decides to stick with Wes and they're gonna, you know, truck it out for the rest of the season. TJ also says that he says to CT that he is now a rogue agent because he doesn't have a partner, and so the next elimination will determine who will be his partner and where he goes from there. Back at the house, we kind of see this, you know, kind of fun interaction between CT and Cam. We see CT say that he regrets not picking Cam, and you know, he sees that, you know, picking Ashley not really was like a big mistake, but it definitely made him a target because him and Ashley, like I said, were the only team with 2 previous winners. They were a target, even bigger target than Wes and Natalie probably. So at the time, so, you know, he regrets it, but, you know, it is what it is. And Josh, you know, he, you know, sees this, kind of overhears this, you know, he says he's kind of nervous because, you know, he has Cam as a partner and he doesn't want CT getting any ideas or anything like that. So, you know, that's that situation. We see Big T, you know, talking to the other UK girls, Liv and Gabby, I think that's their names. And she's basically talking to them about, you know, how Joseph isn't, she doesn't think that Joseph is the right partner for her. You know, it's difficult to communicate with him. You know, he doesn't really understand the game yet because he's new. And she wants some, you know, this is her 3rd go at it. You know, she wants somebody who is a strong competitor and, you know, not necessarily carry her, but can, you know, actually pull their weight. And she doesn't think that Joseph is that partner for her. We, on the topic of partners, we also see Cam, Nani, and Nicole basically talking about their partners and everything like that. Nicole says that she's pretty satisfied with having Devin as a partner and everything like that. Nani, she likes Kyle, but, you know, she wants somebody else basically. And I thought this part was actually kind of funny because she says that Kyle focuses more on the social game and she's more of a competitor. And I'm really not trying to be biased here, but like, okay, Nani, whatever you say. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point is, you know, I just find it funny that, you know, she's kind of questioning, not questioning Kyle, but just, you know, saying that he isn't focused on the competitive aspect. But we'll talk more about that, you know, later on with what happens in the episode. So just. Also, we kind of see everybody talking about Nam. You know, he's, you know, just this big guy. He's chiseled out. He's got a bunch of muscles. All the girls have a crush on him. Even the guys are kind of like, you know, we gotta admit he looks good. So we see, you know, everybody going crazy over him, and we also see, you know, Lolo, who is his partner in the game, you know, kind of, I guess you could say developing feelings and everything like that. So we kind of see, you know, the interactions between them. They're kind of innocent, and, you know, and I think he even says that he has a crush on her too. So we'll see where that goes this season. That was kind of interesting. So it's time for the daily mission, as we're calling it this season, and this week's mission is called Ice Spy. So basically what every partner has to do is go out into the water, which is freezing cold, and they have to get a big block of ice, bring it back as fast as possible, and they have ice picks, and so they have to pick away at the ice until they get to the kill that is in the center of the ice. Once they get that, they can go and put it in one of their enemies or whoever station that they want to put it into, and once you get 3 kills, you're out of the game. So TJ blows the horn, and right away everybody speeds off. Right at the forefront we see Wes and Fesi. You know, Wes has always been a good swimmer, that's no surprise. Fesi, who, you know, is proving to be a great physical competitor, you know, he's leading the pack as well, so we kind of see them. And then everybody's just falling in and falling in. Some people are struggling. We kind of see Leo and, well, not Leo and Gabby. I think it's just Gabby who's struggling, and Leo, who's her partner, he's there to, you know, support her and everything like that. So they're struggling a little bit. Once everybody gets back, you know, and they have their ices and they're going for it and everything like that, right away, pretty quickly, Natalie and Wes are the clear targets. Everyone is putting their kill in their little slot or station or whatever you want to call it, and surprise surprise, they're the first ones out. Next we have Amber M and Nelson, they're the next out. Nani and Kyle are next. We also see Michi kind of struggling in the water. I think he's having a hard time breathing and everything like that, so we kind of see that. Cam and Josh are next, followed by Big T and Joseph, then Nicole and Devin, then Nam and Lolo. While everyone else is getting picked apart and everything like that, no one wants to go for Anissa and Fesi for some reason. And, you know, some people are picking up on this and they're like, well, that must mean that Fesi's working with everybody in the house. You know, because what is the reason that no one, literally no one has put their kill or whatever you want to call it into Fesi and Anissa's station? You know, and then still in the game we have Leroy and Casey, we got Corey and Tori, you know, and obviously not Leroy and Casey really, but Corey and Fesi are like this, so he's not gonna go after his boy, you know what I'm saying? So nobody is going for them. But we see Kyle calling everybody out, saying this is ridiculous, you know, what are you guys doing? Just put it in there, because Fesi and Anissa were the double agents last week. You know, they don't, well, I don't know what the house consensus is, but, you know, obviously Cal this morning, he's like, what are you doing? You're just gonna let them win again for the 2nd week in a row? You know, so it's like, I'm with Kyle. You know, like, what are y'all doing? Like, it's not even a personal thing at this point. You know, it's nothing personal. It's week 2. Nobody's holding any grudges. If you put the kill in there, just do it. You know, it's no well, Fesi, he's playing a good social game so far, for the most part. You know, I can say that, you know, he's cool with all the guys, you know, he's cool with all the girls, so, you know, he doesn't really have any true enemies or anything like that. So I can understand, you know, why his social game is so good, but the whole not putting a kill in his station, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm with Kyle. There's no reason for that. He should at least have one. He's a strong competitor, you know. It's interesting, the dynamic this season. Everybody's talking about getting strong competitors out early, you know, no more going after rookies, this and that, whatever the case may be. Yet nobody's going for Fesi, so that's just interesting. Teresa and Jay eventually get out. Gabby and Leo, Amber B and Darrell, Casey and Leroy, then Tori and Corey, and as we all kind of suspected, Anissa and Fesi are once again the double agents for this week. So basically, once everyone is back in front of TJ, you know, he says, you know, basically, like we all know, the house has to pick a pair, in private, of course, and Anissa and Fesi have to pick a pair after they have their deliberation and everything like that. So once everyone gets back to the house, we see Joseph. You know, he's pretty much letting everyone know from the jump that he wants to go against Wes. He wants to prove himself. You know, we see him talking to Nelson and Leroy, and I think Jay was up in there. Somebody else. Nelson, Leroy, and somebody else was in the room. But we see him talking to them, and, you know, he's like, I want to go against Wes and everything like that. And Nelson and Leroy are kind of like, we understand that you want to prove yourself and everything like that, but don't be stupid. Like, don't be stupid. Like, now is not the time to get heroic and stuff like that. Like, just be smart. But he says he wants his goal, and you know, he wants to get it against West. So I mean, I respect it, but also I'm kind of with Nelson and Leroy. Honorable, but not smart. We also see Corey and Fesi talking to each other. Fesi is telling Corey that he kind of wants the house vote to be Wes and Natalie because he doesn't want to have to vote Wes in again. So he wants the house vote to be Wes so he can put one of his numbers like a Devin or a Kyle against him because, you know, that would be, you know, the smart thing to do. And plus, Wes already has a big target on his back, so he wants that to happen. Wes comes to the guys, and you know, I'm talking about, you know, the Young Bucks basically, and CT, and he's basically pleading his case like, look, I don't want to be blindsided or anything like that. I don't want to go in, you know, I can work with you guys. You know, I bring stuff to the table. You know, you guys are, you know, all about strength and stuff like that and being great competitors, which is good. But I also bring, you know, kind of like the logical social aspect of the game to the table, and you know, some of my numbers, Cal and Devin, you know, bringing them to the table, they can offer you guys things that you don't already have. And so he's pleading his case, you know, making jokes and everything like that, but I mean, he's actually making a fair point. You know, Wes, you know, he's a winner, and I have always admired his ability to play smart and be a physical threat, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Well, maybe not so much now. Now it's more about physical. I mean, mental is still an aspect, don't get me wrong, but now it's more about physical. You know, back in the, you know, kind of golden era of the challenge, you know, the early 2000s and everything like that, it was pretty much as much mental as it was physical. And so West took advantage of that, and that's why he's a winner. You know, but the game is kind of changed now, and we see that as this decorated veteran is pleading his case to, you know, these young guys who kind of now run the show. So that's just an interesting shift in how things have changed on the show over the years. But yeah, so we see that, and that's kind of an interesting scene to look at. So later that night, I guess it's the same night, everyone is, you know, kind of partying and everything like that, hanging out, chilling and everything like that. And we see Nani talking to Fesi about Kyle and saying about how he's, you know, good and everything. She likes him as a partner, but, you know, he's not really what she's looking for. And she basically asked Fesi what he would think about being partners, and he says, you know, he would want to do it and everything like that. We also see him say that anybody who comes to him about a partnership, he's gonna say yes, because, you know, he wants to be in everybody's good graces. That's how he's playing this game. So we kind of see that conversation between them. We also see Lolo, she's still flirting with Nam. We see, and I think this is after the party and everything like that, but we see Devin and Kyle having a conversation, and Devin's joking about how he can't really understand Nicole and everything like that. But then they get into the conversation of trying to get the house to get off of Wes and Natalie and get onto Big T and Joseph, you know? And so they're basically, you know, trying to, you know, fish that around to everybody. And that was interesting, because not that I think that Devin and Cal are going to orchestrate anything, but, you know, they are numbers for Wes. And I don't think that, and I'll talk about this in a minute, but I don't think they really had to do much work in getting people to vote Big T and Joseph. So we see Big T and Joseph talking and everything like that, and she is, you know, very quickly realizing that, you know, and at the moment she didn't want him to go against Wes, you know, and they have friction about that, but she sees that she can't really change his mind, I think, and she's like, you know what, honestly, I just kind of want to get rid of him. So she is actually not in, I wouldn't even say secretly, but she is actually, like, I guess low-key wanting her partner to get eliminated, you know, so she can have a better partner. Which, I mean, part of me is like, I get it, but the other part of me is like, it's week 2 we haven't really seen what, unless like you're, you know, someone like CT or Wes or Fesi or Corey or people we know who can compete. As far as rookies go, we haven't really seen anybody do anything. I mean, we really haven't seen Nam do anything, and he's this big chiseled dude that everybody's, you know, not even afraid of, but just loves. You know, we haven't seen Leo or Michi or any of the new guys, really. We haven't really seen what they can do. So a part of me feels like she's not giving him that opportunity to prove himself to her, you know, her partner. So, yeah. It's kind of unfair, but I get it. I get it, you know. So now it's deliberation time and everybody's come together to talk about how the vote is gonna go. And Joseph, right out the gate, he calls out Wes. He's like, I want to go against Wes and everything like that. And Wes is kind of calling him on his BS and honestly kind of embarrasses him. He's like, you know, you say you want to go against me because you want to do this and that and you want to prove yourself or whatever the case may be, but I think it's because you heard your name and you're kind of scared and you just kind of want to get in front of it, you know. And we kind of see Devin chime in there basically saying the same thing. And, you know, I think Wes is right. I do think Joseph kind of maybe wanted to prove himself a little bit, but I do think he was like, it sounds like I'm going in, so let me just get in front of this. So, you know, Natalie jumps in, defends her partner and everything like that. And we see some other people chime in, but for the most part, you know, Wes kind of embarrasses him and is like, look, you want to go against me? Let's go. Fine, whatever. You know, and Wes basically says to everyone, look, I know some of you are going to vote for me. That's fine, you know, but Joseph says he wants to go in and give him what he wants. So basically, you know, everybody goes in to vote and everything like that. It pretty much, I'm not going to say it goes the way we think it's going to go. Like I said, some people actually do vote for Wes and Natalie, but the majority of the house, I guess, not wanting to cause more friction than there already is, they play it safe and they vote Big T and Joseph. And once Fesi and Anissa get into their little chamber and everything like that, they see that the compromised agents are Big T and Joseph. They think it's a weak move. I kind of agree, but I kind of understand why most of the people in the house would do it. And they also find out, and I kind of skipped over this, but after the vote, Cal, you know, him and Tori come in the room with Fesi and Anissa, and they're like, oh, I voted for Wes and everything like that. And, you know, and they don't know that Fesi and Anissa can see who voted for who. They don't know that. Nobody knows that. So, you know, Fesi and Anissa see that Cal lied to them, and they're not feeling it, you know. So this kind of throws a wrench in everything. So we get to the elimination, and Big T and Joseph are compromised, and TJ goes to Fesi and Anissa and asks them, you know, who are they gonna throw in? Everybody pretty much, I guess they think Wes and everything like that. And even Joseph is like, y'all know who I want, throw them in, bring them down here, let's do this. But because of the information that they found out while they were in the chamber, they decide to vote in Cal and Nani. So once Cal and Nani go down there, TJ says to them pretty much what we all know. It's a guy's week, so Cal and Joseph will be facing off against each other. This elimination is called Ring of Spies. So basically, it's pretty clear, you know, they have to wrestle over the ring, the big, huge ring that's in the middle. And, you know, whoever gets it and places it on their post twice, you have to do it two times, it's going to be 2 rounds, they win the elimination. So TJ blows the horn, and right out the gate, it's a fight. And I got to admit, Joseph is giving way more fight than I thought he would. You know, not that I thought he was just going to, you know, Kyle was going to snatch the thing from him and he wasn't going to do nothing, but I didn't think that it would be a fight like it was. Like, Joseph fought hard, he really tried, but you know, Kyle round 1 pretty much dragged him to the post and he put it on there. Kyle wins round 1. Round 2, Joseph, he's fighting a little bit harder. You know, he doesn't flip Kyle, but he kind of pushes him past the post when Kyle gets there and everything like that. He's pulling, he's fighting, he's dragging. Even people, you know, up top, and even Big T herself is like, you know, I'm kind of surprised that Joseph is, you know, putting up the fight, you know. But it is what it is. Kyle just has more elimination experience, and I think he may be just a little bit stronger than Joseph. And once again, he puts the ring on the post, and Cal wins the elimination. And unfortunately, we gotta say goodbye to Joseph. One thing that I did want to point out though, when he was talking about the mustard, when he was talking about the mustard and how he uses mustard not to get cramps, I've never heard of that, but apparently that's like his thing. He said he used to do motocross and stuff like that, so I thought that was funny, you know. But honestly, Joseph, he seemed like a cool guy. You know, I honestly don't think that this type of show is for him, but you never know. I don't think we're gonna see him in the future, but the way production be casted, we could. Who knows? You know, if he does come back in the future, I do hope that he works out and prepares a little bit more. I don't think he quite knew what the show was about, so that's why he was unprepared the way he was. But honestly, he seems like a cool dude. He was fun to watch for a few episodes. He's gone now. He does have an album out though. For anybody who doesn't know, he was on America's Got Talent. He's actually a really great singer, and he has an album out called Footprints. So check out Footprints by Joseph Allen, you know, if you want to hear more from Joseph. So I'll shout him out right there. But anyways, that's basically the end of the episode. But right before the episode ends, we see that Kyle actually switches partners because he says he wants to infiltrate the game and see who's, you know, who doesn't really have his back and stuff like that. So he switches partners. He gets rid of Nani, and he picks Cam, who is partners with Josh. So now Cal and Cam are partners. Josh and Nani are partners, and Big T, because Joseph just was eliminated, is now partners with CT. So that's 3 new pairings here, and just like that, the game has changed. So that's basically the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, hey, you might as well like and subscribe. I'll be back next week with another recap. Until then, peace out.